Kuno borok hari Jones Lofi Evening Podcast. Kuno borok again and again. So kemen bila sedang yang kini ke season baar, kini ke second episode. Matas ni don igas ibangi nilai keren lembaki DMs, lembaki bon ki medium semua social media. Tama shwaban sedang orang publish bon na filapet ketuk episode bi RJ Gordon don hapok playlist jungi hapok na fila aben. Also pet kini ke kan sedon hang ni somewhere kini ke tab filaben press hang ni. Te finsa yo ben pit ke previous episode bangin stang bri RJ Gordon deh. Te kata de kuy masuk komen mentakas ni don i hong trainer mo i trainer but i founder jong kini ke Happy Rooster. Te aku abot ong kawi shisha ba kawi kam tam hani ke perte jungi don kam bangin hang ben ya show na ya dan tambah kan kuy ke perspective ro cuma katakan different aspect mo on ka kata tien long way mo. Tem tas ni aku abot introduce ya ba Isaiah, welcome to the podcast ba. Long kumno.
Ku bleshi bon ba Jones. Nga da so komen chisha bang ayo kum kani ka lat bangin yo ban share kani ka khana jangi you know shaki nong page baro namar kani ka long ka opportunity yangi ru bangin yo ban yasan lang kumne kan. Te ngalong very appreciative namata kani ka opportunity ba PI yangi.
So kemen hai video ni tong mai fing lai DM kumtu and shout out dia I Rami Romo. He was the one by yung hana happening yung tong an yarab and all that. So thank you. Big shout out to you my friend. And ngabi Rami go way back till the metal scene manchwa. So he's always been there. So tibi.
Rami Lawan, I remember the first time he came, I literally had a bet with my friend and co-founder of Happy Red Roster ngia thong yong ba ani uni wan kum ni ngan iPod tang si class sang ni dadap kan yung wan so lano ru tang ba iwan bet man kasngi and hadu bi da long sendon di coach hante te ngi long inspiration yang ngi ru
em kadi ki testimonies ki badon kam hi mo ban pet ken ki ongkum no ya ki students jong fi kham tam le te asuk men ba fidon ni mentas ni shisha ba ka we beleng ni khot ya firu ba I think we need to shed light in what you guys are doing because impact jong fi siar kla mentari 7 years news nam mentari te shkakli fi kumno fi stang kene ka dojo jong fi kuno kene inspiration min wan ra kene kham tam kum ka jala jungi ba kham long ya short tama not controlled chaos mo shall we say te what do you think kalong blake kuno fi stang kene ka dojo jong fi ba
menchwa sha bangan sedang kene ka dojo. In fact, kadai shwa kumno ngi poile kaya kani ka martial arts kan mixed martial arts ka deino ba ka lifestyle jonga nga three office menchwa te ka lifestyle ka poi yang ban pun bon ki jing stom hagamet te porwa poi doctor ong ba ka bahaba phi join no ka gym tanga persang ka gym ngam kam stanat phi kalong ngalong board ngamlong motivated te langbai wi prolog nga bingi sya kundu kumno ra ha ko ka sumo por ba one pine na
sumo imo
por ba one pine na Guwahati sa Shillong itai kerteng I chorus marwen itai di trainer hi ba don ko ka dojo jong I hang thia nong po te langbai ita kan nga yo kani ka inspiration ban na kundu yi Johnny Renta Thiang ibadi first pro fighter na ka jala jungi banya fight tengah si train badita kan deh itu kisnem 2010 2011 de hakitu kisnem nga sa sedang kan ban shim grappling otherwise nga si le kickboxing tang ba katuk kickboxing kolong brutal palat ni tengah nga asang ya ta ka age nga stanat ka tatang ba ka met jonga kamla shu kan shim kickboxing na ta ka daw nga gravitate not towards yakani ka jiu-jitsu submission wrestling nga shim mga kamdon interest
Okay. Kalau kau long kene ka bangaru nga page personally nga de nga aim for mostly kumong pi nga de nga because I'm into fitness as well na sebang pun bodybuilding mo. Tangma if you look at kene ka mixed martial arts kalau pair labak tamo it is fitness no doubt tama kalau ka pair. Te in your own words kuno try fi perkat kene ka mixed martial arts ka don so much of technique about it mo.
let's say bunsin gibriu ki ong ni ba so ma bha kata ka mixed martial arts tama ong shukhen manta fim pat junya kali po jingim jung phi ngan ong e phi khelin nya kali phinum nang ra banya kali ka jing ear ka jing tieng ru kan dan te kalong ha ka ju ka rukom la da phila practice pan kalong fim poi perkhat kumno ka kamde ka basuk ngam ong ba di basuk nre kalong ba fi challenge ka met la jong fi improve ya ka cardio jong fi improve ya ka endurance fi improve ya ka resistance jong ki joints te kalong ka benefit ba fi train na banta ka mixed martial arts te having said that ba ka improve la da fi train na banta mixed martial arts ka don benefit ban compete ha to ka cage bekiong kato pat ka don kam dakawi pat ka rukom dedication phimla ban chule recreationally kumba fiong kiwi ki example phi le bodybuilding phila ban le recreationally or professionally the fi kwa ban le professionally fi so thu ka sacrifice ka ba finam ayang tu the same thing hangni ru with mixed martial arts phila ban train recreationally lani phila ban train professionally te ka require ka to ka sacrifice hakano ka sport le ke ba fi kwa ban excel fin hab ban sacrifice to an extreme level but da fi kwa ban excel
kata ka dedication ka very important fi tama teacher sing siat knyat sadin mo kum sedang da fi bang ka hamlong very interesting mo ta jeng sedang vi kendu kini kiwi trainers ni ki ba sedang kumno ka experience jong fi hatu ko por ban ka bun kini ka mixed martial arts jiu-jitsu kla don ni khan dat tama kam padolong kind of like mainstream komentar bar MMA fitep kata te kilong kumno kum ki por tu manchwa kilong kumno fi kumno ka la pher labak ne kumno ka kum sedang humble beginnings jong fi mo kumno ka sedang te fila ban experience khan yan
por bingi sedang manchwa ban train jiu-jitsu kumanga ngala shift not totally sa jiu-jitsu mo hakitu ki por empat don kini ki resources kumba fiyo na YouTube menta te vinda pe YouTube is the greatest teacher fi ko aban le anything la ban le na YouTube re kumangi ngimpat don gitu ki resources te ke ka ba ngi yo ban pe machwa ngi shi pe gitu ki programs bi shi pan i pride fighting championship kini kitai ngasi chim di wi camera ngasi record gitu ki fights ban pe ki technique handrete filmla ban namar nga in fact UFC 1 2 3 4 ngai wi brio barai kho ba rin ula ban beat igni ki giants ki bahe ki bakhlan te katu galong ka fascinate yang namar nga bro shi jingem na do ka por school na ne college ngamde taw nong yale kai ngampat jushim benta kanu ka sports ngampat jushim bentar ka weiru ka sports my entire school life bro shi jingim jonga hadu ngan la poi college ru ngashule kai cricket malumala blei ba ki paralok bro ki ale kai lang phi tangaru la shule kai malumala andre ngamde sports person namar physically ngamde athlete natural athlete te ngashem ba jiu-jitsu pan long ape uni barai kho ubam kop ban fight ubit lu dikini baro katu kan kawan ka penong fascinated yang bangan sedang ban wat jing tip shu ban page benia ba ta te ngadon ba di prolog ngai ba di co-founder ban ngai Ruben ita tingi juya train lang kan mencha ha gitu ki snem te ngi shu ya train ha kamera shongkai kan jing ilok hamin hayeng ilok te kamera shongkai ngi ya shift lu digi shuki baro ngi zang training tu gitu ki techniques ngi pen te hadien nang tu ki osngo ken katu kat ningut prolog IWR kizdang ban yawan te hadien katu kat ni kala he kata community jungi bingya practice
ini di 2000 some
this was in 2011 2012
wow
yeah.
Way back mo na perkhat mo
te hadien katu pan ngali compete haka nationals
kumno ko por jo fi ba fi realize ba fi on hana o ngal asdang ben kani ka jiu-jitsu mo
initially kadai ba ngasngo kumbala asdang bit because ngi klemdon yardstick bingila ban compare yala dia te bat kiwei namar ka shulong tang paramangi tingila shulong no king of our own hill you know katu ka expression tingin pat yo ban ya nujor ban ya tenjuk bat kiwi shabar ki bala kham yo experience tengah shem kum shabar ki don kitu ki students ki balik pulih sha US ki balik pulih sha UK kila kile chathe ban pulih ki join kum kini ki jiu-jitsu schools te hadien kin lawan phai pan ki set up na ki jiu-jitsu schools chathe gan te ka knowledge ki kala long way advance plus ka exposure te what ki don kap to ka ningot ki prolong nang thi ki ba yo bandit train sha Thailand sha Indonesia ki yo bandit train kaleng te hang to kan kia nga so tho ka ngan la yo ban sparring bat ki nga so tho he ngi lak te dina ta ka daw ngi sa follow kan ka syllabus mga yo lang ba jeng kini hi khandiat te hadian ka to ngi sa so tho ba ngi yo ban level up kan yala dia te ka training jongi ru menta kala kamlong structured kan
Kamu fi pordang mendai mo te ngaru ngasdang le gym nang kam khna hi to por mo tingi don bit ka magazine mo jong Arnold hantu jong bet le kini laksa bet labiang pe kitu ke mil ba am tu ba me kum tu jongi lumar bet kamu fi don menchwaki magazines ba pet kini lom kitu jan
unfortunately ka jiu-jitsu ka long niche ba so ngim judan kum kini ki magazines ki other resource other than what we used to see
kum ta mo mutre mi menchwa mo ki don time ni muscle and fitness ki ong spang jiu-jitsu I don't know kan tama ka we bakalong fascinating bakum ta te despite the fact that ki don kini ki jing jong fi mo shoot imitate shoot pet hadin sa yo exposure sa Bangalore ideng they are able to kolong menyat lambat kajik ben ong hana ayam ada ben be dedicated te aku mau fi shisha long hoj mau fi kumlan takayat stick athai ka we kayat stick fla ben ong ma fla ben tho gen athai bot fi boy Bangalore thai mo kalom ka reality check fi thai oh okay kidam ki bam bit chu
ala mut ban ni no sandan I thought this is it give up now
okay give up
not for me
not for you how was the kalom the experience of you bernang take along kum meeting other fighters but along so professionally like la gaja but you berhat nang tu mo the experience ne kalom the experience of you can do in the fighters via keren ne feel ya because obviously I met most of them right te kare kata ko kumno fi kan do kumno ka nervousness jong fi kumno ka ka reality check jong go
ngapet na and talk from tournament perspective my first tournament having never played sports ngapat jule kai kanu sport po jingim jonga the first tournament banga rung ngai ki lights ki patba commentary kani katai ka greatest fight jonga ka dehi bat yala dehi ban penkam yala de ngasem ba in fact kap to kan nisngi shwa ka tournament ru ngaklem nang thia shui namar la ka jingsi ka jinglong nervous hadin ngale chwa ka tournament ngale attend gini ki seminars biki hikai then hang tu hagitu ki seminar nga shemba ka no nga lak yala dia kalong hang tu shu nga nervous shu ta hatu nda poi ha tournament ka nervousness long bamlin and bakarang de ki ngimpat juyo exposure experience te ka fight ka ba kongsan ka de bat nga hang ni ka jingmut jemperkan ka ba penpoi yang bangan ong bha banga withdraw no nang ni ngali phai no shi ngam tre ra ban shim kat kan ni ka pressure ka pressure ka la jur pala thamangale la khale pa ni in spite of that te ngasem pat ba nang ni sak nang tu sakmat kala sulong tang ka experience but ka learning tengah ong ngadon one life in dangam experience ka ni ngan sababi hadin because ngatim nganum job namar ba ngalong realistic namar ba ngalai ka level jong kitu ki bla practice bones nam te ngapat in spite of that ngaong ngan le la ka le namar ba ladang am yo ban experience ka ni nan sababi pa hadin te kato ka penlong yang abangan compete ben tengah ju compete pat hadin kato nga compete bon ki tournaments the last kade one of them kade in 2016 ka the body power open grappling championships kato I placed silver at nationals
second
my finals, I met one fellow from Iraq. It was an international tournament. And then dadap nang to nga compete show hiki tournaments tangba ki ba khamlong notable pat day kini ki ba long early days because ka experience ka long overwhelming kumufia te hang to pat nga learn bali nga continue even though ki bon ki tournaments mga rem banya ba job Henry nga continue namar nga shim inspiration na gitu giba job na kali ki what is it that you do ba feel you ba fi beat dia baro easily fi pay hadu ani level kiyong yang give time show up at the dojo dedicate yourself to this art te hangta kanya ngaru nga shim inspiration na nang tang ong jakat bajangan le ben nga sedang kat ni I might as well go through with it
ya kadai sya mo ta ka time kapor ngalap ani kani kajing ya ong fitness journey mo sya ong ben fitness ne anything within life ani don kampor sya dedication time consistency everything pide ban ai ta ni poi kapor ban da kim step up dan motivation ani tu nai da dojo la biang nai le gym iru mo kalong kum ju te tama kini ki demon sakli fi ki ong ben tiano kajing kret nan ta ki por ni wan jo
very true no I kumanga banga la shulong dedicated to just jujitsu tiki podcast jongaro they related to jujitsu the ki programs on my YouTube ki channels everything related to jiu-jitsu so that's why when por bang yakren but feed this Lofi evenings ka podcast jong pi it was a welcome break actually and nang to when I see this also kumba fi yong ban ai ka por I think your podcast also you started with one subscriber nga tharai
mangi ni subscribe argun tate
but tama nga page manta I see how it's growing but it's growing exponentially kan so I feel kadi kata ka time I think mafiru you can feel ban kubur kadi ka time mafi I when you saw imagine just one subscriber many people will say I give up tamba nga shim inspiration from your thing ru manta kalong you have to kalong ka craft ka fi mo karen ne ba feel gym ne feel dojo have let just show up no just
show up that's only thing there just showing up being in the moment
yes
kalau de feel poi pat ha dojo him la ashuni hi motivation hi mo tama just going to the gym going to dojo am gonna wake up shisha Taman like yung hana ba in body power is also kind of like a fitness expert hat ki don hang to and various good bodybuilders calisthenics everyone is there so yung hana don ta way athlete mo o de na po ira kalong kum no to experience bu athai to la top notch kan thai ne
actually it was a very fairly well contested fight tamba kashudina in the last minute because of his experience he's already won the nationals also, like RCN 2 times. So his experience got him through. Otherwise, it was fairly contested. So the main thing is Mantanga Hashem, no matter what, if you're able to control your nerves, lada fila man panjai ladi ka jingmut jing perkhan kalong anything. So tangmang Hashem pat kawai kumba fiong ka time and motivation. Mangashem more than motivation kadiga discipline makhamdan ka because motivation fila man long motivated 1 day or 2 days after that your motivation dies these days mutaka talang I have to go to the dojo early late nang step kadang stanat bathya banya balik stay hindi kadiga discipline ka ba pun yang aman di sa dojo yes
Kali kata ka long as love dading amlet kumo film le dojo ram try maybe in the end of the day so long kom nor hamo long di benlete so babi ka don betul babi
exactly
te katu kalau constant reminder yang ngaru dengan amlet gym amlet gym astu ngam sui day te so you know that feeling kalong I should have gone just show up no
very true
te kalong kom ta te tama seriously fi ngapet kini ka MMA as a whole mo jiu-jitsu any kind of martial art for that matter ngolong ki bun ki breu ki dan kata ka misperception mo ka ki hana hana kumta ni sia you beat you show with ni sia kumta that's a common I mean mentai labun class 2 tama men try just like 1 year back also you can say gibun ki pada stu bha kani and some people still pada stu bha I think it takes a lot of technique more like
very much in other places ki jaka ki ju dub ya kani kum human cockfighting kum bagio kato term tangba bunsin kade kumang ong kidi ki bampat su thu bhai namar combat sports pendape natu ki por ndai natu ka por jong ki gladiators ki gladiators kidi ki ni ki bala long ki bala reach the pinnacle of physicality, mental conditioning, mental strength, technique, everything. Therefore you become a gladiator to fight at that Colosseum. So kalong kumta because bale namar humans he as a whole kade haka DNA jongi te to find out how much we can reach if we can achieve our full potential kumbakiong. What is the greatest heights that we can achieve? The same way we dream about going to the furthest reaches of space or climbing the highest peak. Kade haka nature jongi ban long kumta. Fenda pet nadu gi por school menchuaru ka kuming khna rin ni yastalat banle arm wrestling hapo
hadas ben
hadas takatu kade ka nature jongi hi ban test manu bakhlanya class haka khna hadong ru ki test manu bakhlanya kani ka dong jongi manu bakhlanya hakani ka jilla jongi haka state jongi haka ri jongi haka perthai kade kato ka nature jongi hi ban ong who's number 1 te apart from that part because it comes from the nature jongi ban push yaladi and once we push yaladi to a certain level ne phikwa ban test where you are and human combat, this combat is the purest form of pushing the boundaries of what the human body can achieve. So kade hang tagen. That's why fendape nadu kapor ki gladiators all the way. In fact, wrestling is more than 2,000 years old. The Greeks used wrestling in war as combat, and wrestling all the way hadu manta. It's still the number 1 sport. In terms of physicality and we don't come kadi kumta
piang mo kadi ka long ka ngalap when it comes to wrestling when it comes to anything kadang evolve kita mentaru
jiu-jitsu is the one that's evolving
day by day kadi kata thai moles mafiru you just feel like tang hadin maybe that time when you start training atang train thai to ko por thai fifi har mentaru right before your eyes we khamala jong hi kna class dang one and some of them come on fi ibara mi rumo he changed a lot right
very much.
And so according to you fi economic experience fi pen anu manchwa har menta kalong kumno how has the sport changed long kumno according to you along more competitive or kila bon ki like different styles or kila me ki different knowledge and school of thoughts
yes.
Right kalong kumno try menta according to you nanu manchwa har menta
ka sport hi basically ka jiu-jitsu and mixed martial arts the fastest growing sport on earth, and of course the kilong fastest growing namar ki evolve at a very astonishing rate ka evolution jung ka sport kan aba fikran kanu ka sport ka don ka fundamentals bafin hab master sha long kum ka foundation you build on that tangba mentak the way the rate baka evolve. So sometimes because jiu-jitsu there is a counter to a counter to a counter to a counter. Kalong ka evolve. Boxing will stay almost the same. The jab, the cross, the hook, the uppercut, it stays the same. But in if you look at grappling sports, but kanika evolve like anything. So nahataka daw kumanga in order to be able to keep up I have to study every day. In a day, at least like how I have to spend time researching techniques and how to make them better. And what is trending.
So to say.
I'm sure I'm not Tangba techniques that work. That athletes that compete at the highest level of competition. If we pay how they win using those techniques, we try to now bring those techniques. The kalonga evolve. Tangba, if you talk about evolution of an athlete, most of the people that come ki bawan ban train bunsin ki ong ba ngakwa ban train namanta self defense, okay, that's good, or lani namanta fitness, I want to lose weight, kishi wan na to ka mindset tangba after training hadin ka to ka ni ki pe bahanga akwa an competition no. You acquire all of that knowledge fikwa ban test yala dia, because now physically ru fila prepare, mentally ru fila prepare.
I'm kata hita mong pi kadi katuka, and I like testing human capabilities and potential, bringing the boundaries of what human can do, right?
Yes.
So there's so much of science kalong ko mo ha gajing puli siya ni ka mixed martial arts mo. If you plan to try ladi ben talk book, some kind of research paper, you are very like qualified when it comes to that, Ken.
I have thought about it. Tangbang apet in this world now, everybody is into something called this pop culture. Everyone is into that, where everything is so shortened. Videos even 5 seconds is too long for someone to watch a video. How will someone, sit through a book? That culture of reading it's almost dying off. And on top of that, kalong niche bhagane sport where people like to see demonstrations over, reading. So I've thought about it, Tangba. In the long run, maybe I will do it for my own sake.
Milestone.
But I don't look at it as something that I will do immediately. I feel field, because in fact I feel insignificant over many of the masters that are there that I follow, who have brought their students to the world level and made them win. So ngarang long insignificant at the moment.
Being one thing is kataya tata kalong, because you're still learning, no? Maybe you reach to a point okay, I think that's the time and make a mood. It has to set the mood, I guess, but tip kata okay is the thought not right.
I think the point about doing any kind of art, it's because Natharai will never achieve perfection, or will never achieve. We can come close, but we can never achieve perfection. That's why Natharai strive to go on and on. Personally, I feel stage I've come to realize, but physically, I won't get better physically. Nganum la show ban long kum mga long banchwa lang kam kamel kapan. Handre dakaba train pat kum ni nga try ban slow down ya to ka. I slow the progress of aging, I hope, because ngaong ladap hi long active bed, hi train bed ka met jong hi ka suki ban age ban deteriorate. The mday tangata mentally ru. While I'm doing jiu-jitsu every day, I'm learning every single day. It's like human chess. Yes. It's the closest thing to chess, actually, jiu-jitsu. So, in fact, done with Dr. Wong Yang, the thing that you're doing, you're learning these skills every single day. You'll slow down the rate of Alzheimer's and dementia and all the other diseases related to the mind. So, I believe in that.
That is so true. I mean, anything for that matter, if you're physically active, you tend to have longevity. Yes. That is so true. And coming to that, I was thinking, like, when you look at any sport, even especially MMA, you guys are one of the most peaceful people I've met. Like, we come tang viru jing jay taski mo long the we come kran I mean bun ki bru yong kum ta mo yin say badom riang tang ma I feel kadang kata ke spirituality behind mixed martial arts, anything more for that matter. What do you think in your years of experience, spirituality and being in the mixed martial art, does it bring a kind of like along ka relationship even though kilong jangai tama, it also has that certain kind of relation there between them, and it makes people a better person, shall we say mo long kibri pabhai ka society ite flaban ong kanya nama ka jingya jong fi kini ka jing is there long ka relationship mo namba ka kaman same jong fi but ka jing le jiu-jitsu na ka mixed martial arts.
Personally, I feel spirituality ka is a very personal experience mo. Andre, I can talk from the point of when you're training MMA or you're training jiu-jitsu, or example feel like bodybuilding or lifting weights. I think after doing all these activities, you have no more energy for anything else. I think you've spent all your energy, all your thoughts, your focus. Through jiu-jitsu, I can say it brings about what you call the spirit of camaraderie. You're training with different people, you're sparring. The level of trust that you have on somebody, okay, namarba. In jiu-jitsu, it's a lot of joint manipulation and chokes and leverage and control and pins and all of that. The thing is, ka trust, you have to give each other. Imagine someone is choking you out. The kind of trust that you give is you are giving your life. You're trusting your life in somebody's hands. Imagine someone choking you out. All right, and if you tap, you know that person will let go. Someone has you in a joint lock, where I know if I go a few more centimeters beyond this point, the hand will break if the person doesn't tap, or the shoulder will pop, the knee will pop. But you know that person will not actually break your legs because you're sparring there and you're tapping out. So the kind of camaraderie that it brings, because now you're fighting with each other every single day. So I think combat has become so normal among everyone that they choose to not do it outside anymore. Because all your fighting is done within the dojo, within the confinements of the dojo. And you've spent everything there. And you know that Pitaba Piale Parabala along skilled.
Kadi ka iron sharpens iron mo kind of thing ni kalong ka jing mun ka jing trusting with each other, especially. And combat sport kalong so most people perceive it as a very combat sport, and it's like violent and everything. There's so much of technicality and also so much of love towards each other, understanding each other's skills and improving each other as well, right? So have you ever meet people who are right from the first day, and various others, they have developed so much to the sport personally as well as skills of combat and all that?
So far, I think 100% of everyone that has walked through a dojo will have benefited in some way or the other, even though it may be for a short period of time, because now they understand what real combat is. They understand the sacrifices that people have to go through to get to a certain level. They ka benefit kalong ba mentang the more I know about combat, the more worried I am to engage outside of the dojo. Because now you know the dangers of engaging in an environment unregulated. Kumbanga in the dojo ngape hapo dojo kitu kibe sparring boxing ngata nga khamkiar sparring boxing tangba teng kala ban long mo ba because of a punch ba fimi phila ban cha knockout ro tangba ka dojo pat kala long ka environment ba everything kala long padded, so finda ha pro umlele andre ha surong imagine pk knockout somebody. That is not because of the punch but because of the head hitting the concrete, the pavement. So those are the things that are so dangerous. And if you get into combat in the streets, you don't know what will happen.
It's not controlled.
It's not controlled. So the more I learn about combat, the more I am to resist fighting in the streets.
So true. Em kata ka siya because everything is controlled. No, you understand like more skilled fighter fighting against skilled fighter, and the place that you are in also. Kada jaka ba fidan turu kalong very safe. Mo tama street fighting is a different league altogether. Tang ba katar ko when you look at street fighting also. Kibun kibrio mo kiba pet kini ba shi video mo kini kiba lang MMA and all kimju shot shabar. Tamba once they give that shot to the face, they should knock out that more.
In self-defense. That's why nga siya worry again kini kibrio kiba sometimes nga pick hamtam with road rage. People kibampat juya engage in sparring a single day in their life. 5 minutes in their life, bumpat ju le sparring, bumpat ju train, bumpat ju workout. They have the how they get that bravery to challenge anybody to fight in a road rage. I mean, without having trained a single day of your life. The kawan nahi to ga bravery to fight, to think that I will be able to fight. The ngashi lango kata kan. So
I mean nowadays only project kiabun ha belajar MMA. Don't mess around with even if he's thin or anything. Shoot mo. Kawai kata siya nga sit on you just watch out mo. You know, you may be bodybuilder, but this guy if he gives you one shot is all he needs mo. Kata kawai I think kanika sport has really helped a lot of people. I think more, especially self-defense and all that. Speaking of self-defense, I think earlier in Japan you even held a conference and a workshop leading to women's self-defense. How was the reception? Kalong audience, how was the people ki react and is kalong kong san name kani ka bang hana ban ya don kani ka self-defense kamtam ye ki kantay mo kitang shinrang ro. Mafi fila ya don ki fidan ki clients sa jong ki balong ki di ki ba yu di kantay ro. Kalau kumno ka reception tu sengian kumno pi deal kumno pi wan ra ki baf it's necessary that they ben train ta kata ko
self defense thing ila le na do day one hi bingi play ka dojo ngi emphasize ba self defense ka de ka ba kongsan ha ba baro di banang dun ngala judan iwe parent iba wan yalam I khon jeng yong ba I khon jonga stang uni ubnai in fact stang artayo in don hashlong namar ila yo sicha po Delhi in the puli nochte te hakini ki artayo philong ban hikai I self defense namar ngan su shangai manga te ngaong kenyi to artayo I mean kani ki adi ban le bro chi jingem actually self defense it should be like the food we eat it's a lifestyle. The ngaong artayo is too short a time tangba ngaong better than nothing at all. Namar ngaong it's better that ngihikai no ki awareness. Tam self defense lay for ladies. The kikwa ban fight if a woman who's never trained in all her life bampaju hikai any form of combat in 2 weeks. If she, if she throws a punch, there's a high possibility of her breaking her own hand. So you to aggressor un kamdop shusho. So that is the thing. Tungi hikai no awareness kan. In fact, ngimla araban ong nai shang dami tangba because ka kam menta mo jong baro ka ki habi ban shang dami jinglech ki jaka ba kanja tikini ki predators bonsin kin thap hai to hi jaka kai ti por but hi to ki jaka te ka mental awareness kari ka wi ka ban yarap te bonsin ka frustration kan long ba da phingat ha to ka khap kan ka frustration kan dei ba phemte ban le ayuru ka dei ka to ka main frustration that's why don't come ban train self defense and train self defense only on YouTube or ban pulie or ban pej bale ki we pin hap le hi daladi practical ban recreate kitu ki situations but kumno ba fin palai
em kadai kata em because kadang mau self defense kadang long practical mau phap le hi an experience hi nei te kata kadai kawi te kalong kumno tusni ba fi khamtam long ki that day de ong workshop kalong no ki brave di kilong very welcoming that concept of self defense
ngila jule bon ki workshops ba ni shulong tang ki on pe kimtre ban shimbanta ki long tak spectators bunsin kadai ba ki katuka fear of being on stage of being in the limelight bunsin ki khuslai ata tingin the khot ngiong come will volunteer namar of course ngimla man le by force ngiong come and volunteer will put you in a situation and kumno ba phin palat yaladi ngin hikai bun ki atatian namar ba ki khuslai ba yo le se le rai Henry ki la Judan pat ki khap ba ki volunteers ki one after showing them the technique you should see the look on their face with kilong we can do this the look of I mean sometimes we put them in a certain technique kimla man palat yaladi ngin la pan I ki kinda le ka to technique ki so thu ani ga jikmen to ga ta kan
ani tama seriously fi kalong kongsan sha kam self defense I feel it's very very necessary right from a small age then kai bit hard kila hem whether it's fitness and as well as self defense the kawi bangi ngatai because coming back to the point hana manchwa mga the first film bangi inga manchwa ngatai gitu to ka never back down mo no James never back down katote was ani ka film long ani ku te tingi di panele mo don to trainer open no han ben breathe attack so mo te menta kala poi so ka put ba don new brio thai bro hat kitep lon new ba and rotate mo la tang mi menta everybody saying oh leu te ngi di panele influencer mo te le MMA ngi di panele MMA mangiru mo te ngakwa clear fi from your own perspective fa ka jing stu jumo jo fi what kene ka longkum ka masculinity mo according to you mo bagi bun menta ki debate hano Andrew Tate udi masculine figure di ban nang MMA di ban nang defense di be a leader or whatever it may be so according to you if you so kuno try because we have been training a lot of people and I think combat is such a masculine sport as well right? So what do you think? What is masculinity according to you? What do you feel?
The traditional sense of the word it could offend a lot of people. Manong masculinity. Tangba masculinity haka hangi ki shanrang I feel kadi ka responsibility rugawai. Example, a man should be able to take care of his own, protect his own. Te lada umla banle kata kalong nga pe kishanrang ki bamla hi ban take care kumta ki sha belittle no ka society jungi ka belittle te at the same time habang ong ya ni ru nga pe manta society the very good at hiding behind the keyboard
warriors no
tangba nganya tu fi masculinity strictly from a perspective of combat sports bingiale kalong ba ka ai ka to ka it instills ka to ka confidence tangba not false confidence because ka confidence because you have acquired the skills to back you up te nganya tu efi kumanchwa por ngarang tree office ni don boss ba he met ma ki baro shaban rung sa kamera jung si clip to attendant bar ka mood jung along kom no thare utu attendant tang song ka mood jung ga sni bha ki la phet no nga pa nga rung khanang ngong what's the worst bula man le because if anything were to come to any physical altercation I'll choke him out fi so tho ta ka confidence kam dei ba ka ngadon aggression I feel safe no matter what whatever environment so katu ka allow yang man long calm and cool. And in fact, being more polite also to him. Because I'm not threatened. This I'm talking strictly from combat sense. And if you talk about masculinity, it's every long vast will not finish. Tangba, every man should take up some kind of martial arts because ngamla ban batai how empowering it is. But having said that, again, all women also should take up martial arts because it's more of empowerment. Knowing what to do, how to take care of yourself, knowing what to do first is the most empowering thing. Many of us might fail, but at least you know what to do.
Long for both genders, it's very necessary to have that empowerment and that independency to say that, if anything happens, to boss through, you can tackle him, but the thing is, you have that self-confidence, and you will say, okay, anything happens, I know what to do. And if you walk down the dark alley, if you had the marking tip and mid, if you become
aware.
Yeah, become aware. So it's good when you don't it's necessary to learn the basics of just being able to get out of sticky situations. One thing I've noticed, I think people should really start not waking up, but at least learn how to combat. Even myself included, more.
No, but
James
more than that, but what it can do for mental health. For mental health, I think I don't know how much more to elaborate. Once you train, it releases these good hormones or endorphins. Any kind of training that you do. So this is like personally for me, release when I go to the dojo, I train, have a few sparring sessions, a few rounds. I'm like calm at the end of the day, no matter how bad your day goes. It's important for mental health.
It's important. And the amount of stress that you go through, especially in life, computer, and busy there and busy that. But if you go have fitness in your life and whatever it may be, any fitness for that matter, I think you must have had lots of testimonies in your life that if you got an ongru, clients, students of benefit.
Oh yes, the list is endless. In fact, we had students who've come just for a short time, and every year they call us. They remember. We miss those times. Some have got married. A part of us is always with them and they with us. So it helps because not even eventually, no matter how much stress bogs them down, they have a point to come back to. That's the thing. So we've had students who've disappeared for a long time. Those things also.
Kind of like second home. Home. Because you always see them there, and once they leave, it's like quite emotional.
Oh, yes. For me, it's like losing a child. Almost every time I go through that a lot. In fact, every other month I go through these things.
Kadesha notice come out in your own batch in your own time. Maybe if you go early in the morning, the first half, the second half of the day, the miss you guy, exactly.
Very true.
Seriously, that being a part of that community is such a good thing. What about the community? Like since I come along, expand a bit here and there. How has been the community in different places? Because you guys are still an expanding community and international community is there when it comes to MMA. So how has it been the reception and how you can do with different trainers and
we've had trainers come from all over the world. But in fact, one of my coaches, he's Australian. He's a very well renowned jiu-jitsu practitioner, and he's winning competitions also like anything. His name is Lachlan Conway. Great, and we've had people that come from all over the world, the US, There was this jiu-jitsu band that came from Utah. They came and spent time and ki hikayangi, ki share ki ideas. And from across India, we are a very close-knit community now. Because we are such a niche community, so everyone knows everyone. It's still a very small community. They along very united but that way. We have a lot of tournaments outside, and we meet the same band of people. Yeah.
So Bangmo
That way, yeah.
And I remember also that even if you look at how small now, I think if like I have, since you talked about arm wrestling, right? Devin Larat also we have. You see now the class arm wrestling also is a new thing. No?
Yeah.
Such a small niche also. And even I see sports of all kinds.
Exactly.
The forefront, thanks to social media.
Yes.
That's one thing. But talking about more crunch punk, sport jong firu bakai. I think injuries don't keep up with tasni na keren katai. I can think back, can tell about what happened today, but I think injury, I think it's part and parcel of what the sport is all about. Right?
Yes.
Yeah, Remy can relate to this recently. He had a very huge injury as well.
Yes.
Yeah, a bone or something, right?
Yes.
So how is it like, that prospect?
See, I'll tell you, whoever comes to the dojo, normally, like recently we've had a pro fighter who came from Kolkata. He's been fighting in that Soul of Warriors. So anyone that comes to our dojo, I never make them spar or roll with any of the students, because you don't know the mindset of the fighter or how he's going to spar, and you risk injuring the students, because normally fighters that come this way to train, they have a lot, they bring along with them the pride of their gym also,
True.
So sometimes, and our fighters also will want to show the pride of our gym, that way, of our dojo. So, the thing is, the tension can be high, because they're meeting each other for the first time, and if they're going to spar, you never know what's going to happen, how hard they're going to go. Even if I say do 20%, you never know.
20% is a different thing for both sides.
So any new fighter that comes rolls with me first.
Okay.
So I'm the first line that they roll, because I set the tone, the pace, and the intensity of a sparring that way. So like this today also, what happened was this fighter, again bringing the pride of his gym, he went 100%. And in a scramble, in a scramble, his heel hit my nose, and it cracked. This morning it happened. That's why I'm like you. So
I hope you're okay though.
It's just that my nose is blocked now. Yeah. Tangba. No, Tangba. At the end of the day, it's all right, because again, human nature. He'll be there now for a few days. He'll train with everyone. Then things will mellow down, because then you're not bringing the prides of your gym. You're going there to learn. You're coming here to learn. So at the end of the day, we take learning as the precedence. It's the first thing that you do. Then obviously, combat and all that will happen only on the stage. When the tournaments happen. Yeah.
That's one thing more.
But again, injuries, I'm sorry to
Yes, no problem.
Injuries can happen, when you're walking down the road, you can fall and break your hand. In fact, there are more injuries of people walking down the road and falling and breaking a hip or breaking a leg or breaking something. Because once we are at combat sports, you learn, the first thing that we learn is kumno ban hap.
Okay.
Once you join combat sport, you learn how to fall. And she said, Bafila, train. You're into that family. No one is there to injure anybody. Like, example, a freak accident can happen where, an accidental elbow can happen. Apart from that, no one is there to enjoy anybody. Everyone's there to help everybody. Kadi kumta ke?
Kalau mau fika safe space there.
Yes.
People understand each other. Kalau we understand each other because we are in that safe space kind of thing, you know. It's so cool that you have on that arena, no?
Octagon.
So being there and having that kind of safety necessary.
In fact, statistics have shown that the higher injuries out of cricket than MMA.
Cricket, huh?
Yeah, there were more injuries.
There you go, guys. So I don't kataka jing thais ni umur so now on like MMA kaba man on that the cricket orang lakai take tahu.
Yes.
I think anything it has the risk fee.
But again, without risk, what's the point? Where's the fun of? Then you just go on existing. Your life,
I've seen more brutal injuries in football than any other. Should just dangle their legs. Oh,
very true. Head injuries are crazy.
Crazy. American football itu boleh keren ni. Itu di trauma sunan mo, concussion and all that.
But again, the point is, you want to live your life. How do you want later when you retire? I won't say retire, but on your deathbed, when you look back, how would you be satisfied? Or,
playing safe.
Or but again, having said that, everyone to their own. Tangba, I still feel when I look back, I need to say that I've accomplished these things. I think kade hangi hi bara. We want to leave a mark.
Legacy behind.
Legacy behind.
Yes.
Yeah, kade kata.
And everyone I think bas ngabro ki ko akata hi. To leave
everyone.
A mark. Tangba. I think you have to work hard. Haptikers.
Yeah, kade.
Garisha. Coming back to Kniki Ede, because you have taken a lot of your athletes, taken to lots of tournaments. There, I think the pressure is always there.
Yes.
And recently you have gone also for, even Warlam was there.
Yes.
Shout out to Warlam as well.
Yeah.
So we communicate here and there through Instagram, or you see his status and all that. So you going there, and even maybe one of your teachers and coaches go along there. How is the atmosphere like? Because the pressure is on, the heat is on. Kidan kiniki we athletes hantur kidan lah hantu. I don't know if you want that sense of watching long, calm, peace, shanti.
No, I try to calm my athletes and always remind them that imagine this is your sparring session at the dojo. Although the turmoil inside, all my gray hair is because of that. the turmoil as a coach, I feel like it plays a heavy, it plays heavy on me. But at the end of the day, I cannot let it show on my athletes. So I have to learn a skill of hiding it. In a better way.
Because they look up to you anyway.
So our athletes have been doing well in every competition. There has never been a competition where they haven't won anything till date. So everyone has been exceeding my expectations also that way.
Competitions there. It's very heated up. Crowd also is another thing, they're chanting and everything. I think what is a mindset you put them into, being the sparring, imagine it's a dojo thing, but what is the critical, shall we say, advice before they go on the octagon or before they perform there?
So we've trained. Whatever you've trained, use those skills. Don't think about anything else. And once you've given your best, then no matter what the result. It's when you haven't given your best and you lose, you'll feel there's some sense of, void. But once you've given your best, even if you lose also, you're satisfied. So you be satisfied with your performance that way. And again, no matter what the result, we come back to the dojo and train. Nothing changes. That's it.
Mindset, being in that level, especially fighting against it, who knows who.
Oh yes.
They 20% laban I 100% according to him. I think kadesha kata kalong. I think anything in life more kalong.
Yes.
You have to be prepared.
Exactly.
Train for what you are going towards.
Very true.
Kamtam borokhat basngap bro.
Yeah.
Don't need but you la mud don't think tumu train practice. Be
Yes.
consistent. Kata kami mga subang siya tayo kani ka conversation tas ba it shows a different side towards a sport that is considered violence. Ne wo she short mo.
It is.
Kadai mo kata. But anyway, one thing that I want to dig deep, especially kani again, kadai ka current mindset and fitness and all that. Kawai is kadai ka mentorship mo, like being a mentor to these kids. I think it's something that it's truly amazing, and you being a mentor yourself, and you have a mentor of your own as well. Is it how is it important ban don ubrio ba guide ki ba pani ki skill and kumtakin, and especially mafidi flaya na makajing ba bon ha. And now you're able to teach them. I think it's such a blessing more.
But the most important thing is I'm learning from my students actually. So anything bangalong manta, it's because I've learned from my students. More than me teaching them, I think I'm learning from them. So and kam kong san yanga kadiban accept whatever is positive, take it. I never consider myself as that coach or that centerpiece there. No. So nado manchab when I set up the dojo room, ngashi students, whoever is capable also has a platform to teach them. So hado kalapoy ka khalimat ba all my students are teaching there.
Especially for the newcomers and all that.
We have some really exceptional students. Like in MMA, Echwa Power is there, Darren Karshandi.
I've met him, Echwa, many times. So he said he used to go to your gym and all that.
Yeah. So these guys, they've won nationals. They've won, whatever they take part, they're like slaying everything. And these guys, manta kila along ki teachers and I'm learning from them that way. So it's a reverse now. The teacher becomes the student.
The student becomes the master. That's the best part about more training and all that. The seed that you sow among people.
Yeah.
If you bought hockey, but on return you learn so much from them. It's like such a great thing. Chua we have met many times actually.
Yes.
Because he always hangs around nearby there, and so I was introduced to one. And I said, what's wrong with his ear, right?
Oh, okay.
Then he said,
that's his obsession.
His ear, no?
Yeah.
Then I was like, bro, then
now you know.
Yeah, now I know. Why is it like
the normally because example, if someone puts you in a chokehold and you have to escape your head out of there, so this person is trying to choke you with everything, and then you're trying to pull out your head, your ear also gets snagged. So sometimes what happens is when your ear gets stretched and snagged or impact, the blood capillaries, they break and then they fill up your ear. And if you don't drain the blood, you can calcify and turns to becomes solid.
Becomes solid, no?
Yeah.
Okay. That's something that more Kalong.
Yes.
Kalong very. I think it's because we always see those ears.
Yes.
No, I was like, what's happening? Is this like something happened or something?
Yeah.
But anyway, Kadisha.
Friction and pressure.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, we have talked about like keren jeli tamaka way bangalap ka pangi shipet yang ki movies mo kadai ka discipline mo discipline kadai ka way long don't name ki students of your shwakli fi personal experience bala violate kind of like they should not do other certain kind of rules and regulations that they should not go beyond, because obviously some people can misuse it. Great power comes great responsibility.
Oh, yes.
Peter Parker, by the way.
Yeah.
So like how do you treat students like who are like have used it for wrong reasons?
It happens. I've seen some viral clips in Delhi where these kids have gone to learn some MMA and they're using those newfound skills to loot people.
Wow.
Yeah. On the road. So now they've learned certain chokeholds, certain holds and people are left helpless, and they're able to loot people. But again, kumang ong with everything, like a gun in the right hands, a gun in the wrong hands. You know, it's the same thing with martial arts also. Kaya ka mga shempat hang tay, the system ngi employ hang tay gan, it kind of weeds the miscreants out. Or it'll change you, or it'll weed you out. With the way that we are, if the Fimla ban adjust, adapt, then it'll probably weed you out. If you want to be a jerk, that place will eventually weed you out.
Yeah. I think it'll teach a lesson as well to those who are far better than those guys.
Yeah.
As I always say, mo kita a little bit more showboating,
Yeah.
show,
Yeah. No, showboating is still okay.
Still
but
okay.
There's something called that in nature where you can be a jerk.
Yeah.
Where you intend harm.
I think I'll play try. Let's start. Yeah, so you were saying that earlier about weeding, right? I mean, like the guys who showboat, and I'm not saying showboat, but being a jerk, right?
Yeah.
Balaan kum tu mo.
Not even balan. This difference between mischievous and wicked.
Yeah.
There's a big difference. There are guys who are wicked, and you can see that also.
Mamo.
Yeah.
Wicked is like more than evil, I would say.
Yeah. The difference is that, and sometimes they can blend very well.
Very well.
But again, like I'm saying, to that point where you can give a loaded gun in the right hands or in the wrong hands, depends on that.
So it's kind of like a thing where you have to be cautious more.
Yeah.
Be cautious. Yeah, I think that's so. Kalau di Syam orang pikirin kalau orang kam satu ben orang kibri mau ba use MMA in the right way, not to be wicked like you said.
That's a person's psyche. If they come to learn MMA, to use it the wrong way, I think many of them won't even have the patience to go through the program. If you want to do something wrong, it's usually shortcut. And many don't have the patience, they'll disappear.
Yeah.
Because if you come and join and learn MMA, the first couple of months, maybe just footwork. Stepping, keeping your hands up, learning the drills of how to fall, how to shrimp, how to roll, those kind of things. So if you're going to come and invest to learn something bad, they'll probably be bored and fed up.
Yeah.
But if you genuinely want to learn to better your life, or to, you have a goal, to better your life or to achieve something, then I think they'll stay. Yeah, otherwise within the training is very hard already.
Yeah, intense.
Kalong intense the training. We can't sugarcoat it.
Yeah. It is intense, guys.
Yeah.
But anyway, I think, but the thing is, it always comes to mind when we were discussing it earlier as well, is that PD is more performance enhancing drugs. Every sport, everything, even golf, we can use sport very intense. What's your opinion on that? Like, what's your opinion on tournaments using this? Because bodybuilding is like, okay, forget about bodybuilding. It's abuse. Yes. But what about your sport though? What's your take on that?
Like you say, bodybuilding, it's all right to go ahead with PEDs. Yeah. In fact, I have no issues. Why? Because it's non-combative.
Combative, yeah.
When it comes to combat sports, then it gives the unfair advantage, not in just a win, but in the ability to cause damage.
Right.
So that is where I have issues. But at the end of the day, in India, we don't have a strong body that regulates PED, that does testing, that does random testing. We don't have a body like that. And in fact, people are still trying to sell their shows, and they will allow. Promoters want to sell their shows. Nobody wants to cancel a show because of PED abuse. we've invested so much money.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's why here it's rampant. In India. But at the end of the day, if we don't have a regulatory body, we just have to go with it.
Yeah.
So we just hope that skill will triumph PEDs.
Yeah, PEDs. Hopefully. Because nowadays, it's like you said, there'll always be but people use bit more.
Oh yeah.
Be like, I will use that and get the advantage. And especially if there's no body to regulate it, it's like, it's such a normal thing, I think it's necessary to have that awareness,
Yeah.
I think I think steroids is such a thing.
Yes. It is.
Anyone who enters anything, so it's not whey protein anymore.
Yes.
That's steroids.
Exactly. Tangba, within our communities, we know like kind of it becomes very evident if they're using PEDs. But at least in jiu-jitsu tournaments right now, there's still very negligible abuse with PEDs because the returns are not high, It's not worth for people to invest in all of that, and the returns are so negligible.
True.
So far, it's not that much in jiu-jitsu, but in MMA it's starting to grow.
Yeah. Like so huge, dude. Like bodybuilders, like, okay, this guy he fights.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's such a huge thing, nowadays.
Yeah.
Comparisons, they only show how much long kumni and how long kumni is like ani labak.
Exactly.
And it's quite scary, because for a person who's natural going against those guys, faster recovery rate and all that, and strength is totally different. Another league, shall we say?
Exactly. So sometimes when you look at it from a moral perspective, example, me as a coach will face a dilemma if a student wants to use PED. My dilemma is I stop him from using the PED versus him getting the success, that instant success.
Yeah.
So those dilemmas are there. You understand, no?
Yeah,
At the end of the day, I will just educate people on the use of PEDs, the benefits, the pros and the cons. At the end of the day, it's they who decide whether you want to use it or not.
I agree.
I cannot decide for anyone, but I can tell the pros and the cons of using PED.
I think that's how now the shift of even look at fitness or anything. I think they're shifting to that. I know it's bad, it's bad for your health and all that, but it's up to you. You can do it. It's your life.
Yeah, somebody said, no, I rather have my 5 minutes of success rather than a lifetime of mediocrity here.
Yeah. So we talked about that. It's like they didn't want to go the discipline road. They want to go like, okay, one day, 5 minutes. Okay.
Let me get my 5 minutes of success there. I'm satisfied. I'm done.
Yeah. I think that's so important. I mean, not important, but it's scary, I would say. I remember this one guy always said that, they were having this survey and said that, would you like to win an Olympic medal and use PEDs or, work hard to get that Olympic medal, he said, and die the next day, kind of thing. I would like to, use PEDs and get the Olympic medal and die the next day. It's like no problem with me.
Yeah. So I think it's like what you mentioned earlier about legacy. People are so focused. No, they're so invested in leaving behind a legacy. So I think at the end of the day, we are searching for that meaning. What will our lives amount to?
Yeah. Especially young men, they're trying to find out who they are, what they are,
Yeah.
Because if any sport for that matter, the main thing is, having that, what is my purpose in life, what's the meaning you're saying? It's a very, very good word actually, meaning of life. It's always that there. I think people in your dojo, I think they found their meaning in life, I guess. Kind of.
I hope so.
I think with the testimonies that you've had and all that. But the only thing I want to ask, like, what are the funny events that happen? Like, what a funny memory that you had in your dojo that you can't, like, help but laughing till date, I guess.
The thing is, every day, in the context, to understand the context of funny that happens in the dojo, it's every day almost. We have a lot of clowns, I'm telling you. I call them clowns. So basically, it's what do you call, a lot of candid moments happen in the dojo, because us there we're very relaxed.
Yeah.
At the end of training, everyone is clowning around. You know how kids are.
Yeah.
Very creative. I know that a lot of them imitate me.
There you go.
Yeah.
Pet bar. Mas nga mentas ni sa pelasay.
So that is one thing. That is funny to everyone.
Yeah.
But again, like we used to have one really big fellow who used to hang on a rope there and sing that song Wrecking Ball.
Oh my goodness gracious.
So we have, you understand,
Yeah,
to understand the perspective of funny there, you have to be with the
moment.
crowd. Yeah, the moment. It's like, so these kind of things happen a lot, and a lot of jokes which cannot even go out.
It's always those jokes where just between you and
exactly. So a lot of guys have fun. And they do a lot of WWE.
Yeah, that guaranteed. That's guaranteed. So
those kind of
that's
things.
True. Have you ever noticed that nowadays if you look at TV shows like Daredevil, I think Daredevil is such a good show that you guys should watch Netflix. I think he takes a lot of MMA style, I think there was one, I don't know if you have watched Daredevil. I think guys do recommend. He was like in an in a hallway, and he was fighting these guys, and he's using all kinds of MMA style and all that.
Yeah.
Do you have any kind of superhero that you look up to, like, kind of a thing where, because when you think of combat sports, you always like have that kind of, I want to be like Batman or something. And there was a survey recently, if you knew that, that everyone wants to be like a Batman, So,
okay. Batman has all his utility. He has a utility pouch where he has a tool for everything.
Yep.
No, but at the end of
it's
the
a strange question. I know.
Actually, to tell you honestly, there's no superhero that I look up to, especially in combat sports, because their fight styles are all unrealistic.
Yeah, that is
it
true.
Can never happen in real life. Of course, it's a fantasy.
Yeah.
It will stay as a fantasy for me, but some of the heroes that I look up to are guys like, Gordon Ryan and John Danaher, as supposed to be the best coach and the best student on earth. And of course, there's someone like Craig Jones. I mean, this is for the community of people who follow Jiu-Jitsu.
Yeah, for the way.
Yeah. So again, these are ordinary people who made it through dedication. And we try to follow what they do.
Yeah.
So when it comes to superheroes, honestly, there's not a single superhero. My time for, when I got to actually know what real combat is, suddenly all of that went out of the window. Yeah. I mean, I'll really offend the MMA, the martial arts community, but even Bruce Lee, for that matter, some of his techniques will not actually work in the way the sport has evolved. Of course, he was someone who propagated and brought martial arts into the mainstream. But again, because of him, we are where we are.
Yeah.
But the way the sport has evolved now, a lot of traditional things that people are doing will not work anymore.
Yeah. It has evolved, obviously. He's kind of like one of the main elements that brought this thing to the mainstream media.
Exactly.
And brought a lot of techniques as well, Because still now, if you go to any place, they'll always have that Bruce Lee's photo. Face. It's like kind of like a pop culture thing.
Exactly.
So
you see his 1-inch punch that he has, where the guy flies across the room. He does that 1-inch punch, and the guy flies across and even slides across the stage also. But at the same time, nothing happened to that guy. He got up and as if nothing happened.
Yeah, that is true. And I think, this came to mind just now, actually. I think Jackie Chan said it very well. He said that if a person comes to you with a knife, what shall we do? People he was asking, and he said, just run. Run the other way.
You won't believe running away is the best thing.
Yeah.
Or else if you are somehow caught in a tiny room and you don't have a bigger knife yourself, use a chair.
Yeah,
So,
WWE style, man. Just go for it.
Don't go and fight
Yeah.
hand combat with a guy with a knife.
Yeah, that's
use a chair. Use anything that's longer than that knife.
You can have that space in between kind of thing.
You put that in between you and your attacker.
Yeah.
No matter what.
I think that is so true because what Jai Chan says is very, very true. Like just run, just like you said, take a chair or something.
Run.
Because I think most guys after learning combat, like, I should stand up to these guys.
I experience because of road rage police point.
Wow, okay.
Road rage incident because of road rage I also might have said a few things. Then obviously provoke to my the person who was so angry with me got out and challenged me to a fight.
Oh, like that? Wow.
Because he chased me. It was in front of Uptown Closet.
Okay. Yeah.
They have those giant flower pots.
Yes. Yeah.
Where they plant. I was trying to distance myself, making sure I was opposite him. So
he chased you.
Yeah, he wanted to land one haymaker or one punch or do whatever because of the anger. Finally, I told him, let's not do it here. Let's not fight here. Let's fight in the parking lot. At that time, there was a parking lot. I said, let's go there instead because here the cameras, cops will get into trouble. Let's fight there.
Okay.
He got into his car, went to the parking lot quickly. I got onto my bike, went home. So
good move, actually.
Yeah. So that's what.
Yeah. Okay.
So those kind of things have happened.
And that's quite quick thinking. Statement like we'll go there, we'll meet him, just to protect our pride, kind of thing. Anyway, but today has been quite a productive, I think, conversation, I guess. Especially what kibri baskap khamtam ne. I think last ki pros and cons combat sport khamtam Happy Rooster like khamtam ka dojo jong ki kala de kawi ba fi safla ban enroll. I think I can keep the number in the description down below. They can contact you and everything. Instagram will be down below, everything will be down below. So if you want to enroll, get to know Sir better and the dojo better, you can always DM them. Ngasile kini ka segment hani ka last episode na kini ka last segment ha jo kini shaban good mo ba fila ban ong ki barhot ki bri basngam ki bri ki bakwa ban tip kham banya kham tam ka dojo jong pi fila ban ong manta anything ka ban ong ketik kamera runtai
okay ngamut banong ba ke ka bangile ngi don kam ban iPod ya ka ngi pe ha TV ngi gitu ki superstars ngi pe kum Conor McGregor borong ya kwa ban long kum to kan tang ba ha ba kun ngim tepat ya ka sacrifice ka jing trish tom ka jing durut jong Conor McGregor ban poi ha ka to ka stage te bunsin ngi pat lang ladang ngi ya lang ba ka ni ka training bunsin ngi jai to ngi drop out no ka drop out rate ka long very high tang ba ngani tho e fi lada phila ban yaisha ban persevere kan salong second nature ya phi te kan sa sedang ban suk ban persevere te ka to ka ju ka bangi ong ka ju ka bangi persevere hang ni ha jingim jongi ru sabar ngile ka ju hi te ngin long brio te lada ngila ban yaisha ngiya lang ba ka jing te bunsin kadi kata kan te manu la ban train mixed martial arts ngi pe ngi don we ba san post nam karta ru dang wan le kai no manta fitness of course bu wan le kai hadu bu da dap san post nam ri la persang ban le kai poru dang dap sau san snam tang ba u up san snam shaman wan training manta la dap san post nam u kwa pat ban compete manta hadu ngi la kuslai ani wo tang ba kadi kata sin ba fila persevere fitrish tom kan long bete ka e ga jing thu jong phi hei ba phi kwa ban poi fin poi be cha to thong teng da fi suki da fi stat ru ri fin poi cha to thong kadi kata
Ka perseverance mo.
The second ni ngong say ki kentay ru. Nakaliang jong kentay ngi dang bon ba ki opportunities te ha ka ri jong ni. Namar ba ka ne ka MMA la ne jiu-jitsu ka ranglong ha ka infant stage. Te ka competition kampat da heavy than kumba long kiwi sports. Te lada ki kentay jong ni ki don ka to ka ningot ki pala one join ngi ki job medals ka Northeast Olympics ru in the sport of wrestling. Kita ili ki ba one join ki ong ko aban join namanta fitness. Little did they realize ba kin job medals na. Tengok ong ken alian kan theli ka ba kongsan ba mdei tang namanta ka fitness andre namanta self defense. Te ki ba kwa ban wan namanta self defense lane fitness ki learn kini ki skills ka byproduct kadi ka fitness hi. And at the end of the day, we learn ki skills ba. Ki banne bat fi bro shi jing em. Kum banyak cycle, banyak kali sin ba pila anang film kelat cho. Te ladi hadian habut da film train cho ru, andre ka don ba fi ban.
Gade sha ta. It's necessary no. Te no TV sha mon ong ka don em any new ba try kani kan sar this very soon kam tam ki don em ki match ne ki ingin samu ka
alright
ka you don any kind of tournament makan sawan very soon ila ban bu ko tu hang ni la da pini ka podcast ba page visa kan bana jungi mo
fi nang ni na po Shillong kin sadan arngut ki ban represent ya Meglaya iwi di Darren. But iwi pat di train bat ka nega revolution mixed martial arts kini kin sa represent ya ka Meglaya ha ka ni ka bidang fighting championships kadi ka international event ki priyo ki bawan ki fighters ki bawan na kaleng perthai ki wat ni kat salong ha Guwahati ha ka khanyo tarik December so kini ki armut national ki ban le fight ang the ke te na tharai lada phi akwa ban support te ki local ba ni support ki UFC gila ban support khamtam ki la jong ken bikin poi ja UFC te na kentui ki pai baru kin la ban tune ya
sa page tu berhod lada peni kan sami ka bana we la ban ya check out kani katina kani kata we sorry te page ka sarun ka bana sa check out mo te du sa DM isa dari don ni dan kami dan kamki Enquiries ko ban join ni always welcome open arms mo
very much
you can get yourself into when you're short not even short but you can to help yourself more to help yourself anyway guys te kulishibun ya boro should I look here painting okay so kulishibun boro wa kibre was snap tam ba Isaiah mo we dan pelat kapor ni mentas ni te dan Lofi sa fi yo sto jimut kamtam ikan ka sport ka bolong mo mania dat mo tama ka don sha ka different perspective mo ngila ban ong ka mentas ni ka jeng ekran for all those who are listening to this please thank you very much for listening and until next time mo please stay safe and always take a little bit of a coffee or chai or whatever it may be always relax and have a good conversation with you until next time see you later.
Thank you. Yes, that was a good one.
Yeah, thank you.